Hi student, I am Dr. D.S. Thaure. Now I share the screen of today's lecture in front of you. Please wait. Welcome to the 23rd lecture of course number Path 354, Diseases of Field and Horticultural Crops and their Management. In today's lecture, we will discuss about most important disease seen in the tea, that is a blister blight disease. Okay, so this is the most important disease seen in the tea plantations. So this disease was first reported from Assam in 1868. Okay, so this disease is continuous to spread widely both in the northern part as well as southern part of these Indian countries. Okay, so at present this disease commonly found in the Brahmaputra Valley or in some Nilgiri hills in South India. Okay, so this is the most common disease seen in the tea plantations. Okay, then we go to the next point, that is the symptom points. Okay, so these fungus mainly infect to the leaf portion, wings portion, and some other aerial parts of these tea plants. Okay, so this blister blight infection majorly seen in the rainy seasons. Generally, this infection seen on the tea from June onwards, means after the rainy seasons or just start to the rainy seasons. Okay, so initially small pinhole sized pale to pinkish spots. Okay, so this is the pale small spots, or this is the pinkish spots generally seen on the leaf portion of these tea plants. Okay, so under development of the leaf and shoot portion, so these yellow spots or pinkish spots become transparent and larger and generally light brown in colors. Okay, so this is the light brown spots or lesions seen on the leaf portions. Okay, so after few days, means 7 to 10 days after the infection of the fungus to this healthy leaf, so the on the lower side of this leaf the blister like symptoms are seen. Okay, means dark green water soaked zone or areas surround to these blister symptoms. Okay, means suppose you see the upper side of this leaf. So initially pale green to shiny spots seen on the upper side, and corresponding you see this lower side of this leaf. So these spots generally dull and become gray in colors or somewhat. Suppose this is the lower side of the leaf. So on the lower side, the dull green spots or just the gray spots are seen, or somewhat these powdery whitish mass just like as a downy growth. So such type of the whitish mass seen on the lower side of this leaf, but corresponding upper side the pale green shiny spots are generally seen. Okay, so under development of this fungus, these spots are depressed on the upper side and just bulge out into the corresponding blister-like swelling. Okay, so this symptom is also named that is a blister blight symptoms. Okay, means after infection on the upper side as well as the lower side, these affected spots or lesions just depressed and bulge out into the corresponding blister like swelling. So that's why this disease is known as the blister blight disease. Okay, so these blister like symptoms turns to the brown and shrink to flattened patches. Okay, so this the symptom generally seen on the leaf portion. Then gradually this fungus spread from leaf to the shoots, shoots to the petiole portion or younger twigs. Okay, means this fungus develop and appears on the petiole portion as well as the younger stem. Suppose this is the infection seen on the just a younger twigs or just a shoot portion. Okay, so this brownish blister-like swelling also be seen on the younger stem portion and also the petiole portions. Okay, then this blister-like swelling also be seen on the main twigs portion or main stem portions. So younger infected stem become bent and distorted, or sometime this younger stem may be break off and finally bend. Okay, because this portion is already attacked by the fungus, so that's why this portion is totally distorted, or somewhat these upper parts of this younger stem just bends toward the soil lines. Okay, so such type of the infection seen on the tea plants, majorly seen on the leaf portion and shoot portion or younger stem portions. Okay, so this is the infection seen on the tea plants due to the fungus, that is Exobasidium vaccines. This is the fungus responsible to produce the blister blight infection or symptom seen on the tea plants, Exobasidium vaccines. So these Exobasidium vaccines produces the hypa and mycelia. So this hypa and mycelia grows inside the lower epidermis of the host cells by forming the intercellular hyphae. Okay, so this intercellular hyphae grows intercellularly manner inside the host cells and produces the conidiophore and conidia. So this conidia is always haline, elliptical, or sometimes a septate type of the conidia generally produced on the infected epidermis layer of the leaf or maybe other parts of the plants. Okay, so this conidia germinate in water, giving a germ tubes from the ants. Okay, so you see these infected host cells. Okay, means this fungus. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, means this already symptoms generally seen or blister-like swelling type of the symptoms seen on the leaf portion. So this blister-like swelling means already conidia is produced, and this conidia and conidiophore just emerge out from this infected epidermis layer of the leaf or other parts. Okay, so these conidia disseminated from one plant to the another plant through wind or air currents. Okay, so this secondary infection takes place through conidia by means of the wind or air currents. Okay, then after harvest or the infected leaf generally defoliated from such infected tea plants and just fallen on the lands. So these fungus develop the basidiospores, okay, by forming the basidium. So you just see this means after infection, we suppose this is the infected leaf, fallen or debris in the soil. So these pathogens develop the single basidium, and this single basidium germinate and to produce the four-celled basidiospores. Means single basidium is always produces the four basidiospores, and this basidiospores means you see this single basidium having the basidia, sorry, this basidiospores, and this basidiospore just landing on the healthy one host tissue to the next year crop or in the during the growing season of these tea plants. So these basidospores germinate under the favorable conditions and to produce the infection pegs means already infection is developed in the healthy one host tissue. So these healthy one host tissue become infected. Means in this way, primary infection takes place through basidospores present in the infected leaf, and secondary infection takes place through the conidia by means of the wind or air currents. Okay. Then last point regarding the control measures. So first control measures, that is collect and destruction of the affected plant parts properly to avoid the primary source of infections. Then crop rotation with non-host crop. Then spraying the tea fields with by applying the borax mixture 1% and copper oxychloride 25 gram per 10 liters of the waters. Okay, so in this way you can control this disease most effectively. Or sometime the use of this mixture, that is a 210 grams copper oxychloride plus 210 gram nickel chloride per hectare. So this spray generally uh, done 5 days interval from June month up to the September month or up to the November month. Instead of the copper oxychlorides and nickel, you can also use the tridimorph. Okay, so in this way you can control this disease effectively under mild and moderately rainfall conditions. Okay, so this is the most common and most found disease, majorly disease seen in the tea plants. Okay, now I end the today's lecture. Thank you.